Hi, welcome to SBR Sports Picks. I'm Peter Loshak. This is Mike Brenner. This is the NBA Odds Couple show for Tuesday, May 17th. And in today's show, we're going to be tackling Game 1, Toronto-Cleveland. You know, our Toronto-Cleveland series got a lot of responses, and I'll tell you what, for Game 1 here, I did not do 1 second of research. You know why? They're going to kill him. They're going to kill him. Why would I research it? There's nothing to research.
This is how you started out our video yesterday with Jordan Sharp, who, by the way, went 3-0 on prop bets
Very
last
nice.
night. Good job, Jordan. Yeah, I know what you mean, but before we get too far ahead of ourselves, Pistol Pete, last night, I put one out and you tailed it. I owe you one. No. I had the Thunder early. I thought they would come out fast, and it did not happen, but you know what they did? Held their composure, won that game outright, and I predicted they might win it in 6, and I still think that could come to fruition.
think in retrospect, your pick of OKC on the first quarter was a positive EV pick. My only bone to pick with you would be why not also go with them on the full game line.
I know, and you know what?
But
hindsight's 20/20 though, Pistol Pete. And
I don't think that first. I think that was a good pick. And it
but
just
today's
lost.
a new day, and still 26-11 the last 37. So I'm looking forward to kicking some ass today, buddy.
They're going to kill it. They have no chance. No, you know what? These Toronto Raptors fans got offended by our last video. They didn't like that we were laughing at them. They didn't like that. Thought we were disrespecting them by saying that they had no chance.
And again, guys, with all due respect, it's nothing against you personally, but this is the only team out of the remaining 4, Pete, that I really think have absolutely zero chance at even coming close to winning a championship.
They were not happy to hear our analysis. We got like, it's the first video I've ever seen in like the past year that we got like more thumbs down than thumbs up.
Wow.
And you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the same thing happens in football when one of the cappers would give a pick against like Seattle, especially with Seattle. Like there was one of the years when Seattle was kicking ass game in and game out, and the capper would pick against them.
And I'd go,
there'd be like 8 thumbs ups and like 50 thumbs downs on the video.
Hey, comes with the territory.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with whether the pick was good or not, whether it won or not. It's just like the fans would get.
They take it personal, and I respect that, and I really mean that. Never trying to offend anybody, but realistically, when it comes down to winning money, taking it from the book, I got to get into the facts. And
listen, and
but my hat's off. They've gotten this far. Yeah. Yes, they've played weak opponents to get there.
I mean, my laughing at my mocking of the Toronto Raptors' lack of a chance of winning a game in this series was not. I was doing it that way because it's it's shticky. It's kind of like fun, but
I'm going to bank some money on the fact they're not going to win
from a handicapping perspective, you can either back that opinion up or disagree with it. There are some thoughts to be made to be given on the other side. Maybe Kyle Lowry is stepping up and suddenly coming into his own. I mean, he played great in the last 2 games against the Heat, but I don't put that.
Exactly.
I mean, it was a blowout win in that last game.
And speaking of that name, this same kid who he's good. He has flashes of brilliance, and he's really inconsistent what I see, but he just literally pulled a no-no and stuck his foot. And again, this is, some people say it wasn't a big deal, but he knew what he was saying and how he said it when he was talking about, when he talked about the jab at LeBron, besides Steph. But you know what? You really just fired a bullet into your own foot, son. I'm telling you right now. It's called whoop ass, and there's a can of it getting ready to open up on your ass.
Let's get to that factor in a second. But for now, let's just discuss the straight matchups and the handicapping situation.
Absolutely.
I see 3 issues here, right? The first issue here is are the Raptors just banged up and tired for this series? Second issue is are they going to be able to stop the Cavs' 3-point shooting at all? Yeah. Third issue is are they going to be able to rebound with the Cavs? I mean, this guy Bismack Biyombo. Yeah, I mean, look, he did have a couple double-doubles.
Yeah.
Maybe my assumption was that Toronto won't really be able to hang with the Cavs. Maybe I'm wrong though. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't think so, and I think the way that Cleveland's going to defend that is they're going to force this guy. He had 4 fouls last game, so I think they figured out, because I did. All right, you get this guy in foul trouble, there's nobody on the bench coming that's going to be able to get anywhere near the rebounds he does. So if I am Cleveland, and I'm sure Coach Lou and Coach James have talked about this, let's do whatever we need to do. Let's take it to the basket, get this guy in foul trouble, because once that happens, trust me, this thing will really be over quick. But look, the matchups are not, and here's the thing, Cleveland's played 8 games, okay? They've rested, not 9 days off, all right? Toronto's been in 2 battles, 7 games each. They're tired. They're wars, and against opponents that are, you know what I'm saying? And again, it's no knock, but this is not the same Cleveland team that Toronto beat 2 out of 3 times this year. And I'll put my money where my mouth is on this one.
Right, absolutely. Look, the Cavs, freaking swept the Hawks. And you remember they had that one game that I compared to the game where my high school team played the Gauchos. Yeah. That was an NBA team
the
against
Gauchos. I love it.
That was again.
That kind of goes with your mustache there.
No, the Gauchos. They're a basketball club in New York, and we played them once. Those are two NBA teams, and the freaking Hawks were up by like 40 points the Cavs were up by 40 points at halftime.
I know.
What are the Raptors going to be able to do here that Detroit and the Hawks couldn't do?
Exactly. And again, good point. And
maybe there is
I
something.
even made a comment that this could look like men against boys in a D-League team, and I didn't mean that being facetious or whatever, but I just think they're so outmanned on this. I think they're outmatched. And here's the kicker: DeRozan is the worst defending point guard or guard, whatever, shooting or wherever they have him. And then in the NBA, his defense is terrible, and he'll probably be the first one to tell you. Well, if he can't defend on the perimeter, and this team is a perimeter shooting team, they're going to be in trouble early. If J.R. Smith gets busy, hell, they can pull Dellavedova from the bench and get out here and start burying them. I just think they're going to get ran up and down that court. They're going to feel this 2 7-game series. They're going to get overwhelmed. It's going to get in their head. And Kyle Lowry, you shouldn't have did that.
Yep. All right. So let's get to the our picks here and our bets here. Now, the one issue is that sometimes in both the NHL and the NBA, when you have a team like that has a big break, that's the elite team off a big break and playing an inferior team, but that is you expect to be tired going forward. In the later parts of the series. Sometimes, though, in the first game, they actually the rhythm is better than the team that had the big break, and sometimes they can surprise in the first game, and it's actually later on in the series when you want to be fading them. So maybe this is the one game where we don't want to think about fading Toronto, even if we think they're going to get killed in the series. What do you think?
I don't think so, Pete. And again, had it not been and some people think it's not a big deal, but that little statement that Lowry made goes a long way in the egos, and LeBron James has one of the biggest. Trust me, he's already answered to it, and just literally, he's not even talking about it because he's going to let it talk on the floor. The team's focused, they're healthy, they're not tired. All right, I get what you're coming from.
You see it in hockey as well.
Of course. Had it be another opponent besides Toronto, I would say, you know what, you're right. But I just don't think so. I think they have something to prove. They know they lost 2 out of 3 to this team, and they want to just keep this pattern going. I think they bury them. I think the first half, and it's already moving. And plus, what I love is over 65% are on the Toronto Raptors. I love that. So,
really?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Wow, I didn't see that. That's kind of surprising.
Over 65%, and that was when it was 10.5. Now it's available. I like the first half here tonight, Pistol Pete. It was 6.5. I put my own bet in.
I did
it's
too.
-7 right now. Okay.
On that opener, well, it's minus. Yeah, it's actually 7.5 market wide. The Chris books are still hanging 7 -115.
Yep.
So we will we'll give you that one.
I'm going 7, and is 10.5 still available in the game?
Nope.
It's not. It's 11 all the way.
Not even at the Chris. Everyone has 11 all around. Yeah. When this line first came out, I was thinking, where would this line be? I was like, maybe it'll be 15. When I saw 10.5, I bet it, and I bet even bigger. The first half, I bet -6.5, and I also bet some more on -6. I bought down to -122.
Give me the 11, Pete. I'm taking it for the game. So I like it. I like it on the half and the game, and especially the second half is when I think this team is going to be really, really tired. Matter of fact, Pete, I'm putting out one more. I'm going to put out the third quarter Cleveland Cavaliers. It's probably going to be -3, 4, maybe even 4.5. Okay, I will definitely. We'll go
whatever
with,
it is. We'll go.
We'll go at it because I think the third quarter is when the legs are really going to hit Toronto. They're going to be tired, and Cleveland's going to, because it don't matter at that point who's coming off the bench. Third quarter, bang your buck right there.
All right, so let's just throw out just a few more issues. So Bismack Biyombo doubles in 3 of his last 4 games. That doesn't.
No, I don't think so because they can let him have a little bit of that. But I got news for you. Moskov might give him problems, and also you're going to see a bunch of switching and rotating on him. So trust me, they're going to try to get him in foul trouble. I think that's a great strategy to do, and just let Lowry and DeRozan kind of do what they do. And if the inconsistency continues, which it has throughout the year, then I don't think they got a whole lot to worry about. So I think they're going to be ready to go, baby, and I think they want to put it on them early. I love it on the half, the third quarter, and the full game.
All right. I'm going to be on it too, officially. First half -7, full game -11. Like I said, I already bet those, although I bet them at the better lines on the opening lines. To all the Toronto fans who think that we're crazy, hey, if you're right, we're going to be losing our bets.
That's
we
right.
put our money where our
That's
fucking
it.
mouth
And bottom
is.
line, if it goes south, I'm going to wake up tomorrow and I'm going to do it again and just dive in there and try to get another W because I'm on the same side as you. I want to beat that book. I want to whoop his ass.
I mean, flat out, the Raptors fans who watch our videos feel like we've just no two ways about it. That we've been disrespecting. That's the word they use. Disrespecting the Raptors. With our
and this isn't a knock on Toronto Nation, but yesterday I laid a lot of money on the Blue Jays, thinking, all right, after that humiliation when the guy got his clock clean, I thought, all right, this team now they're going to get pissed off. You know what? They ran in their fucking doghouse and hid like little babies and got their asses kicked 13-3. And again, it's nothing against Toronto Nation, but man, they got a man up there. Let's fucking get some balls.
All right,
we're going to get pounded on that one.
We will
For
see.
real though, I'd be frustrated if I was a Toronto Blue Jays fan the way they showed up yesterday, got their asses handed to them. You kidding me?
For this game, we got the analysis, we got the picks. We shall see who is proven right after game one. And win or lose, we'll be back with our analysis and picks for game two, right, Mike Brenner?
Pistol Pete. Go Cavaliers. I'm loving it.